On this Saturday morning, downed trees, boulders, even a tornado. The storm damage across our area.
Living on the edge, a home in danger after a backyard washout.
And returning those unwanted gifts may be not such a great deal anymore. We'll tell you why. Good Saturday morning, everyone. I'm Rachel Kim.
And I'm Jeff Nguyen. CBS News at 6 is just minutes away.
We are CBS LA.
We are yours.
This is CBS LA Mornings.
Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday, December 27th. Welcome to CBS LA Mornings and streaming on CBS News Los Angeles. I'm Rachel Kim.
And I'm Jeff Nguyen, substituting for Amanda Sorrentino. Rain showers are finally easing up this weekend, so let's get a check with our next weather meteorologist, Alex Biston, joining us live. Good morning, Alex.
Jeff and Rachel, good morning to you. And boy, I'm so happy to report that the sun is going to shine today. And we are out of all of the wet weather that we saw over the past 3 days. So we saw very impressive storm totals, which, of course, I'm going to get to in my extended forecast. I want to show you a look at the satellite radar this morning. And boy, this view looking so different from the last few days as we are seeing a clearing sky. That storm system moving out of here, and we are looking at a dry and cool weekend ahead. In fact, we've got temperatures this afternoon in the 60s across the coastline, across the valleys. Again, lots of sunshine headed our way, but a cool day ahead, a cool weekend ahead. Temperatures in the 50s across the high desert, high 30s up into our mountain communities. So we will talk a little bit more about what is ahead. I've got some big changes. We've got Santa Ana winds in the forecast to start off the week. And then by the start of 2026, looks like we could see some more wet weather. We'll talk details coming up in just a few minutes. Rachel and Jeff, back to you.
All right, Alex, thank you. We have breaking news in Ventura County right now. All lanes of the 101 northbound are closed because of this overturned semi. Now, this is just south of Padre Juan Canyon Road near Faria Beach. CHP says the big rig is blocking all lanes. This was first reported at about 2:30 this morning. Crews do not expect this closure to last all morning, but of course, we will keep you updated. Well, we have certainly seen our share of wind and rain over the past few days.
And some of the big trees have fallen casualty to the storm. CBS LA's Elise Martinez is live in Sherman Oaks, where a giant tree is blocking the roadway. Elise, good morning to you.
Good morning to you both. And we are on Noble Street in Sherman Oaks, and you can see how we're still dealing with the aftermath of that powerful storm. Take a look behind me. This massive tree now blocking the road. And we're going to give you an up-close look. This tree, it looks like it appears to be two trees, actually, but it's coming so close to this car, barely grazing it. But it could have been a lot worse. Not too much damage. It looks like this car can drive off and will be okay, but just such a close call there. Now, we're in between Sutton and Valley Vista Boulevard in Sherman Oaks, where this massive tree fell down, blocking the road. A neighborhood watch group member reported that it fell late last night. We're trying to get in touch with that person. The tree, again, barely missing that car here. Now, this is all happening after several inches of rain fell over a period of 3 days. And just to give you an idea of how much in this nearby surrounding area, in Van Nuys, we recorded over 5 inches of rain. In Woodland Hills, over 8 inches of rain. So the ground is just absolutely saturated, and trees are just coming down, falling. Those roots very, very weakened from this. So what do you do if a tree falls in your area? You can call LA County Public Works or 311 for help. As for when this tree will be cleared, well, we still don't quite know yet. Crews have to come, and it takes a long time to get trees as big as this one out of the roadway. And again, we're going to get a few days of sunshine, but again, winds, more powerful winds coming, also more rain coming. So, of course, that is ripe for more trees to fall. Live in Sherman Oaks, Elise Martinez, CBS LA.
All right, Elise, thank you. We are learning more about what appears to be the first storm-related death in our area. Yesterday morning, an LA County Fire Department helicopter found a car partially submerged in the area of 58th Street East and Avenue H10 in Lancaster. Inside, they found a man's body. Video shows search and rescue teams and the LA County coroner at the scene. That person's identity has not been released.
In Boyle Heights, there was a rare Christmas Day tornado, and CBS LA's Hunter Sowards gives us a look at the damage with the mayor and the National Weather Service.
Security cameras capture the moment a brief Christmas Day tornado touched down in Boyle Heights.
And it was crazy because in Los Angeles, we don't get tornadoes, right?
The tornado tracked just 1/4 of a mile with winds reaching 80 miles per hour. While it may have been weak, it packed a punch, damaging nearby businesses like this Mexican restaurant, shattering windows as signs were ripped down and nearby roofs stripped of their shingles.
It took down one of the smoke shop sign. You know, it spiraled, flew in through, and it broke both of the glass panes and all the trash went inside.
You see there was some damage to that?
A team of specialists from the National Weather Service invited the mayor and other first responders to watch their office conduct a storm survey. They tracked the path of the tornado, reviewing the damage, and compared it to video taken of the storm, which is how they determined this was in fact a tornado. Historic for the area because typically this kind of system is seen farther east.
We had a very strong atmospheric river that was constantly bringing more and more energy, pulling some of it over a broader area.
How important is it to be here with your own, eyes, seeing it for yourself?
Oh, well, absolutely. It's especially important for us Angelinos because these are weather events that we're not used to.
Mayor Bass telling us the city is reviewing the best way to help businesses and residents recoup money lost from damages.
And we are going to do whatever we need to do to marshal those resources because it's fine to say that, but that doesn't mean that people actually know how to access their government.
The rare rotation, certainly a scare for people who live nearby.
My dad also, he looked outside and he was like, tornado, tornado. And I was like, tornado? Like, we were kind of like, oh my gosh.
A historic holiday storm twisting up a tornado, but thankfully not causing any injuries.
Thankfully, nothing happened, but we're kind of scared. Like, what if it happens again?
The National Weather Service said they decided not to send out a push alert warning people of this tornado because they were afraid that people were getting notification fatigue with the powerful storm that we've been seeing slam Southern California. So specifically for this instance, you would not have gotten that notification, but they said they had been tracking it very closely. As for those who got damage to their homes, to their businesses, you are told to contact 311 to help with any kind of compensation. Reporting in Boyle Heights, Hunter Sowards, CBS LA.
Hunter, thank you. Well, so far, so good when it comes to storm damage in the Palisades. Crews spent yesterday digging debris out of a flood channel near Las Tunas Beach. They also dealt with small mud and rock slides on PCH, but no major damage reported from the storm.
And Rachel, there was some serious damage in a Ventura neighborhood after the rain caused a storm drain to collapse. The growing sinkhole opened up in someone's backyard, and CBS LA's Tom Waite spoke to that homeowner.
Yeah, these storms did some pretty stunning damage. Look at this. This is what is left of a culvert in a Ventura neighborhood. You can see the side of where the retaining wall was just completely gone. And now there's just a pit, like a river almost. And several of these homes, their backyards have tumbled down, melted into this open sinkhole. A collapsed culvert allowed intense storm runoff to eat away at the earth under several homes in this Ventura neighborhood. The backyard fence here teetering over the exposed pit below. Nathan McNeil owns this home just above what looks like a growing sinkhole.
It started with just the wall coming down, and then it started coming into the backyard.
The storm drain runs the length of this neighborhood and beyond. Witnesses say part of the wall collapsed during intense downpours on Thursday. The culvert collapse was one of hundreds of emergencies Ventura County Police and Fire responded to over the past couple of days. This was just one swiftwater rescue where Ventura County authorities raced into action. A hiker stranded near Hummingbird Creek Trail had to be airlifted to safety.
That was a reported hiker that had crossed a creek that had risen dramatically since the time that person crossed the creek. We were able to safely hoist her up into the aircraft and get her to safety.
And we've got help on the way. Tell me exactly what happened.
The emergency calls were flowing in all day. Dispatchers working through Christmas to answer a surge of calls ask for help.
Over 2.5 times the number of calls that we normally receive. We received over 1,000 calls for service since Christmas Eve.
The hope here near the collapsed culvert is that engineers can get this critical drainage system fixed before it creates any more emergencies.
We've been here 12 years, and some of my neighbors have been here 40 plus years, and nothing ever happened like this before.
The homeowner says he is intending to stay in his house. He says that work crews are supposed to come over the weekend to try to shore this up to make sure it's safe long term. In Ventura, I'm Tom Waite, CBS LA.
All right, Tom, thank you. The mother of 9-year-old Ashley Buzzard appeared in court yesterday to deny charges that she murdered her daughter.
Jared Zinn reports the courtroom crowd erupted as she entered her plea.
We're entering a not guilty plea. Okay. Not guilty plea is. Gentlemen.
Ashley Buzzard's 9-year-old daughter Melody was reported missing in October after a 3-day road trip with her mother and was found dead in Utah in early December, shot in the head.
I was just angry. I just don't understand it.
Ashley was arrested on Tuesday and was arraigned in Santa Maria the day after Christmas, where she had her attorney, public defender Adrian Galvan, enter a plea of not guilty and denial of additional allegations.
It surprised me and the whole people that were there.
Galvan also made a motion for a gag order against Santa Barbara County sheriffs, advising them not to release any evidence or materials not in public record. Judge John F. McGregor signed the motions and set Ashley's trial date for January 7th.
We have no idea about the services. They will let me know right away when the body's going to be at the funeral parlor. Then we go from there and see about services.
The DA office has advised against seeking the death penalty.
Yeah, maybe that's better so that she'll have to think about this every day of her life, sitting in that cell. I think it's better. The death penalty is just the easy way out, I believe.
Melody's grandmother, Lily Dennis, who works with your news channel, says she's most certainly upset but will patiently await court proceedings to see how the case progresses. She is also advising the public not to give any money to any GoFundMes, which are fake, as the Mesa family is not asking for financial assistance.
Please don't send any money to none of those GoFundMes because, we really don't need it. It's already covered by the state. So whatever is left, if there's any money that they need, I got the money. I can pay for it and my family.
Members of Ashley's Vandenberg Village neighborhood say the not guilty plea confuses and upsets them, and some feel Buzzard is receiving special treatment.
Her not wearing the jumpsuit, the makeup, and then she's just emotionless. I hope she spends the rest of her life in prison, in misery.
Well, 4 members of a religious group in the Inland Empire pleaded not guilty to murder charges. They're all members of the group His Way Spirit-Led Assemblies. Investigators in San Bernardino County say the group is tied to the death of Emilio Ganem, who went missing in 2023, and the murder of 4-year-old Timothy Thomas in 2010. Well, Christmas and Hanukkah are over, and now comes the next holiday tradition, returning those gifts you don't want.
But this year, many returns may come with some fees. Dave Malkoff shows us.
And now you're telling me that you're going to charge me $11.99 or whatever it is to return items? Are you out of your mind?
Hassle-free online returns may be a thing of the past. Most major retailers are now charging customers to return items even if they're unopened and in perfect condition.
Who wants to lose money, especially not in this time and in this economy?
$850 billion. That's how much Americans will return to the stores this year. Nearly 20% of the stuff we buy online just ends up in the return pile.
Return fee?
Macy's now charges $9.99 for mail-in returns. TJ Maxx and Marshalls charge $11.99. Other stores, including J.Crew, Abercrombie & Fitch, H&M, and Zara, all now charge fees between $4 and $8. It can now cost as much as $45 to return certain electronics at Best Buy. Amazon, too, has tightened its policy, charging some customers unless they use its box-free in-person drop-off option.
Merchants now are under a tremendous amount of cost pressure. They're really trying to offset some of the costs that they face in returns by asking shoppers to share some of the burden.
David Sobey co-founded his company, Happy Returns, that uses these AI robots to help make returns easier. Is there any way to avoid these fees?
Well, the best way to avoid them is just to read the retailer's return policy before you check out in the first place.
Okay, there is some good news here. If you physically get in your car and come down here to the mall, most in-store returns are still free. Dave Malkoff, CBS News, Atlanta.
American consumers have beef with beef prices. Well, look at what's driving up the cost.
Pope Francis and Hollywood legend Robert Redford are among the notable people we lost this year. A look back with the noteworthy passings of 2025.
All right, let's enjoy this beautiful live look over downtown LA. Jeff, wouldn't it be nice if traffic was like this every day?
It is when you live 2 miles away.
Fine. Well, you know what? Dark or not, it is a gorgeous shot. You know what I appreciate? The rain is gone.
And the air is clean. Crisp.
So nice, right? Yeah, so nice of, Mother Nature to give us a break after all the rain we've had. A beautiful start to this Saturday morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Your time is 6:16. Welcome back. Well, a frequent topic at dinner tables in America this year has been the cost of putting dinner on the table. Food price inflation has remained stubbornly high.
Especially beef. Steak prices are up double digits this year. CBS News Money Watch correspondent Kelly O'Grady explains why.
We're all about quality, just like the meat products we make, how we raise our animals, how we raise our crops. We want it to be the best that it can possibly be.
Stephen Boyer has owned the Country Butcher in Tolland, Connecticut for nearly 40 years. He says the holidays are one of their busiest times of the year.
It's about 20-25% of our yearly sales that we do during this 4 to 6 week portion of the year.
But this year, those holiday orders may come with a higher price tag, with beefsteak up 15% compared to last year, while pork and chicken are up just 1%.
It's a supply and demand issue. We've also had issues with drought last year.
Disease is a growing concern too. The domestic cattle population has dropped to the lowest level since 1973. And as a small business, Boyer can't compete with the bigger retailers who have more purchasing power.
The big chains, they're taking big chunks of that, and that does affect us. That'll affect pricing and availability for us.
With higher prices, customers are looking for alternatives.
We have seen our sausage sales spike up probably about 20% more than they were at this point last year. So I think people are looking for alternatives.
They're coming. They're ready.
They know exactly what this is all about.
After 36 years in business, Boyer remains optimistic.
There you go.
Even when times are tough.
We've seen the ups and downs in beef and pork and poultry, and you know what? We always get through it. You just have to give it a little time.
Kelly O'Grady, CBS News, Tolland, Connecticut.
Time now to take a look at your weekend forecast with meteorologist Alex Biston. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning, Jeff and Rachel. And boy, I am so happy to report that we have big changes in store this weekend. It is not going to rain. The rain is moving out, and we will be looking at an overall cool weekend, dry conditions, sunshine. The next headline, this is what we're watching as we head into the start of the week. It will be the Santa Ana winds, which of course we're going to talk about the winds in just a second, but that is set to impact us, especially as we head into Monday. And then by the turn of the new year, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, looking at the chance for wet weather to return to Southern California. But let's talk about how much rain we have seen. And boy, it has been impressive. I mean, some areas across the Ventura County mountains, upwards of 17 inches of rain, if you can believe that. I mean, this storm packed quite a punch. We saw not 1, 2, but 3 days of wet weather. And finally, we are seeing that system move out. And of course, sunshine on tap for you this weekend, but temperatures will be on the cool side. Let's bring in our highs as we head into this afternoon. A lot of us feeling 60s from the coast to the valleys. Temperatures will hover on the cooler side today as cool air is still lingering. We've got temperatures in the 60s across Orange County, across the Inland Empire this afternoon. But again, the sunshine is returning. So if you have plans outdoors and you're hoping to get outside, hike, walk, run, do some returns from Christmas, you're looking good to go as we are rain-free as we head into not just this afternoon, but really for the first half of this upcoming week. Now, I want to take a second to talk about the wind. Let's start the clock as we head into Monday afternoon. So we will see those winds increase starting Sunday afternoon, continuing into Monday. And boy, it is going to be blustery as we will see winds increase across areas like Santa Clarita all the way to the Ventura County valleys, areas like Thousand Oaks, Malibu, Hidden Hills, Agora Hills. Now, one area that is typically spared from these Santa Ana winds, that is the LA Basin. But we'll see those winds increase across areas like Big Bear, through some of our foothill communities, San Bernardino, Fontana, and all the way across the Riverside County Mountains, the San Jacinto. So it is going to be windy as we start off the week. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some wind advisories, high wind warnings being put into place. And then by the end of the week, tracking an increased chance for rain, for wet weather. Yes, the wet weather returning. So we're looking at that chance as we head into Thursday, into Friday. So through the end of the week and, of course, the start of 2026. So because of that, we have issued a next weather watch. We are watching for these conditions, and I know a lot of you probably have plans for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So just giving you a heads up that we are looking at that chance. LA, Orange County, temperatures in the 60s as we head through this weekend, high 60s by Monday and Tuesday. Rain chances increase beginning on Wednesday. Valleys 64 as we head into this afternoon, high 60s Sunday and Monday, even low 70s by Tuesday. Clouds will start to roll back in, and we do have rain chances as we head into the start of the new year. Rachel and Jeff, back to you.
Alex, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, it is hard to believe, but a new year, Jeff, it's just around the corner.
But before we say goodbye to 2025, we want to celebrate what made this year so special. That brings us to our question of the day. What were your highlights or favorite memories of 2025? Send us your answers at CBS LA on X and our CBS LA Facebook page. We'll share your answers throughout the morning. And coming up,
all I see is devastation and heartbreak.
Wrightwood homes in ruins. What's next for the mountain community after a massive mudslide?
As we look back on 2025, we also look back at the legacies left behind.
Here are the lives we are remembering in 2025.
This is CBS LA Mornings.
And welcome back to CBS LA Mornings and streaming on CBS News Los Angeles. I'm Jeff Nguyen.
And I'm Rachel Kim.
I'm Alex Biston. Good morning. Nice to be back with you guys. And I'm so happy to report that we have great weather this weekend.
Finally.
We've got the sun,
Yes.
we've got the dry air that is moving in, and the storm system moving out. I think a lot of people are excited to hear about that.
We were talking about, Alex. Yeah, we were talking about this morning how nice
Yeah.
it was to drive into work early in the morning without
not have to deal
being
with the rain.
afraid.
I know.
It was so scary over the past 3 days or so. Just the rain, you can't see in front of you.
It's really scary.
Whew, what
Yeah.
a change.
What a change. And finally, we are happy to report to you that we have some really nice changes in store for this weekend. It's going to be cool today. The cool air is still lingering, temperatures in the 60s this afternoon, but get outside, enjoy it now, because we have more changes in store, which we'll talk about in just a second. Want to start you off with a live look. Our next weather sky camera, LAX, not looking too bad this morning. Temperatures in the high 40s at the airport, and a breakdown of our highs this afternoon. 60s from the coast to the valleys, 53 in the high desert, mountains in the high 30s. So we're going to have more on the return of Santa Ana winds, which areas will be impacted, and then we are looking at rain chances through the start of the new year. So we'll talk details coming up in a few minutes. Jeff and Rachel, back to you.
Alex, thank you so much. Well, it wasn't just the rainfall that made the recent storms hazardous.
That's right. Winds in some areas reached 60 miles per hour. CBS LA's Elise Martinez is live in Sherman Oaks, where the high winds took down a very large tree that is blocking traffic. We see it in back of you, Elise. That is massive.
Good morning. It is a massive tree and it is blocking traffic. It's actually two trees, though, because if you look, we're on Noble Street and it's a tree-lined street. You can see all of these other trees right next to it. The ground really saturated. We just checked it out. But these two trees came down, and a very close call for this car. If you want to take a look behind me, you can see the tree came down. It barely scraped the car. The car could drive away if it needed to, but the owner apparently not aware of what happened. But a very close car, that owner getting very lucky this morning. But take a look at just how big this tree is. We're on Noble Street in between Sutton and Valley Vista Boulevard in Sherman Oaks, and that is the roadway that is blocked off. A Neighborhood Watch Group member reported that it fell late last night. We're trying to locate that person to talk to them about what they saw and what they heard, but we haven't been able to reach them yet. So this all happening after several inches of rain over a period of 3 days fell. And just to give you an idea of how much rain we saw, in Van Nuys, we recorded over 5 inches of rain. In Woodland Hills, over 8 inches of rain. So the ground just so saturated. So what do you do if a tree falls in your area? We're expecting to see those Santa Ana winds coming up, so more trees could fall. Call LA County Public Works, or you can call 311 for help. They will log that call and they will send somebody out as soon as they can. As for this tree, we're not sure if they were able to report that it fell quite yet or how long it will take to remove it, but it's definitely several hours of work to get this massive tree off this road. Noble Street will be closed for some time. Going to send it back to you.
All right, Elise, thank you so much. In Wrightwood, the reality of this week's mudslide disaster is starting to set in. Dozens of homes are destroyed, and officials say the cleanup will take months.
And the recovery, years. CBS LA's Luz Delia Caballero shows us what homeowners are up against.
The San Bernardino County Fire Department says 50 homes, 10 commercial structures, including grocery stores, are a complete loss. And it's because of all of the debris, all of the mud that came from the mountainside, trapping cars and going through homes. Just to show you the path of this mudslide here, it goes all the way down. You can see this shed easily covered up to 3 or 4 feet. And this is the story that we are seeing and retelling street after street here in Wrightwood. It was the nightmare before Christmas, one many in Wrightwood, including Mindy Morgridge, hoped would never come true.
It's so hard. It's so hard.
painfully hard because this storm didn't just damage properties, it changed lives.
All I see is devastation and heartbreak.
Cars submerged under feet of thick debris, some nearly swallowed whole, and homes destroyed after mud poured inside, coating walls and blanketing entire structures.
I've never seen anything like this.
And while her home is okay, other than piles of debris in and around her house, she feels deeply for her neighbors.
Some of them don't have insurance, flood insurance, and it's going to come out of pocket.
Cleanup efforts continue along the 138. Visible signs are absolutely everywhere. The destruction this storm has brought, including right here. You can see this road completely collapse. This car came barreling down into this area. Also, 3 SoCal Edison vehicles propped up to hold these tilting power poles, preventing them from falling over. The 138 is still closed going into Wrightwood, and water continues to pool as rain comes down.
We still have no power.
Mountain Hardware manager Eric Faulkner says it's been nonstop there with people coming in for supplies.
Batteries, flashlights, a lot of tarps, fire starter, we're selling a lot of firewood.
And as cleanup efforts continue to get Wrightwood on the road to recovery, people in town tell us they will get through this together.
Blizzard of 23, fires of 24, and the newest one, the floods of 25. Says bring it on, Wrightwood strong.
We'll get out of this just like we always do.
SoCal Edison tells us about 2,700 customers remain without power, adding crews are still unable to reach damaged infrastructure as many roads are impassable. So essentially what this means is until access is restored, repairs and power will remain out of reach. And in this home we showed you in the story, there are feet of mud just blanketing certain parts of the house. Residents wondering how long it's going to take to clear this muddy debris mess out. Fire department says that it could likely take months to clean everything. Reporting in Wrightwood, Luz Delia Caballero, CBS LA.
Coming up, while we dealt with rain, people in the Sierra are digging out after feet of snow fell. The popular resorts buried.
Then we are taking you behind the curtain to see how Stereophonic is striking a chord here in LA. A slow start to the ski season, but now resorts in Tahoe are celebrating.
That's because the Christmas week storm brought several feet of snow, but getting to the mountains has been extremely difficult with road closures and blizzard conditions. Multiple crashes and spinouts stalled traffic on Highway 50, which connects Sacramento to South Lake Tahoe.
Yesterday and today, we have seen a lot of people trying to get through chain control without the proper traction control devices. Some of them have even bypassed chain control and created quite a mess.
The Sierra has seen about 4 to 8 feet of snow, but the entire region is expected to get a break from the snowfall this weekend and early next week.
All right, so Christmas week, we were pretty much rained on the entire week, I think. So I think the question is, Alex, what's New Year's week going to look like?
Oh, that's a really good question. And Rachel and Jeff looking at the potential for the rain to return as we move into the start of the new year. But let's just talk about the dry conditions. Let's talk about the clear sky. You're seeing this over downtown Los Angeles as you see the live camera behind me. And boy, just such a welcome sight over a very wet last few days and of course holiday week. Some areas saw upwards of 17 inches of rain over a 3-day period up into our mountain community. So a dry and overall cool weekend, temperatures in the 60s as we head into this afternoon. Now this is the kind of next thing that we're watching. The Santa Ana winds will increase and be strong across areas like the Santa Clarita Valley, San Fernando Valley, all the way down to the Ventura County coastline. We're watching rain chances as we head into New Year's Eve New Year's Day, so it looks to be a wet start possibly to 2026. Want to get you outside this morning, show you a look that we are under a clear sky. LAX reporting a temperature of 49 degrees. Winds are calm, visibility is looking good. So overall, whatever you want to do outdoors this weekend, looking good to go. It's chilly this morning in Van Nuys, 43 degrees. And again, winds are calm at this hour. I want to bring in our temperatures, what we're going to feel across the region heading into this afternoon. So overall, again, a cool weekend. Temperatures dipping below average. Cool air still with us. 61 in Santa Monica today, and as well as Moore Park. 62 in Costa Mesa. Hard to get that one out this morning. 60 in Fontana, and temperatures in the 50s across the high desert areas like Lancaster. So some of you may be traveling. I want to bring up the travel forecast across the country. Let's first go to Miami. We've got temperatures in the low 80s across Miami today, the southeast. Up through New York City, we do have a chance of snow showers with temperatures in the 30s heading into this afternoon. Let's go a little bit closer to the West Coast, where we are going to feel temperatures again close to home in the 60s today. Denver, Colorado, also low 60s. 45 degrees in Salt Lake City. We've got temperatures in the low 40s in Seattle under a mostly sunny sky. Partly sunny in Sacramento with a high of 52. And of course, at home, 61 degrees across Los Angeles. So I want to get to the rest of your forecast because I did mention the return of Santa Ana winds. I'm going to start the clock here going into early Monday morning. We're starting to see those winds increase across our typical wind-prone community. So up through the Santa Clarita Valley, all the way out to the Ventura County valleys, winds will increase anywhere from 30 to even 40 miles per hour, with gusts potentially up to 50 to 60. Across the Inland Empire, it is going to be blustery as we head through Monday. I wouldn't be surprised if we see wind advisories, high wind warnings being put into effect. So that's what we're going to deal with for the first half of the week. We will be dry, and then we are looking at the return of wet weather. Clouds will increase as we head into Thursday. Rain chances begin Wednesday, continue into Thursday, the first day of the new year, and then into Friday as well. So we'll continue to track that, monitor that. We do have a next weather watch that has been issued as we are looking at that rain potential returning. Otherwise, first half of the week dry, temperatures rebounding to the high 60s as we move through the next few days. Valley 64 as we head into this afternoon, 67 on Sunday. Temperatures in the low 70s. One thing I want to note before I go and finish the forecast here is with the incoming wind and the soil already so saturated, we could see downed trees, power outages. So really something to be aware of and cautious of as we move into the first half of this week with the incoming wind. Inland Empire temperatures low 60s this afternoon, turning into low 70s heading into Tuesday. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Alex, thank you so much. Are you always running out of battery power at the worst time?
Well, if so, in today's CBS Deals, Elizabeth Warner shows us a pocket-sized solution to keep your devices charged.
So when we're out and about, we're using our phones, we're calling, we're texting, it's our camera, it's our ticket to the game, to the plane. If you run out of and you run out of juice, that's just the worst thing that can happen. Well, look at this. This is called Level. I want you to see the size of this. This is a portable battery. It is patented. It is tiny, mighty but powerful. It's got a USB.
Like you.
Oh, well, thank you. It's got a little tiny USB-C actually directly onto it. So this plugs directly into your phone. Once you do that, it's going to give you up to 19 hours of extra talk time. It's got a little meter on it with lights. That's going to tell you when you need to charge it again. Plug it into the wall, add your phone on top, pass-through technology. It all charges at once. They're $29.99, 50% off. Get the bundles, the kids, the wife, your parents. Everyone should always have that power.
To get this deal and more, scan the QR code at the top of your screen or head to cbsdeals.com to start shopping now.
Coming up next, a look at how Palisades High School athletics continue to thrive in the aftermath of the devastating fire.
And make sure to send your answer to our question of the day. What were your highlights or favorite memories of 2025? Student athletes at Palisades High School faced challenges that went beyond the field after the devastating fires that destroyed their campus.
But against all odds, they rallied together to win 6 city championships this year. Our Jill Painter-Lopez shares their remarkable journey.
We had about 11 families that lost their home, and at that point, football was secondary, and just really wanted to be there for them. And I didn't know what to say to them or what to do, and a lot of the families came up to me and said thank you, just because we gave them opportunity to get away from that for even if it's for 2 or 3 hours, and just have that space for them to come to.
Nearly a year removed from the Palisades fire, Pali High is still operating out of an old Sears building in Santa Monica. But amid the uncertainty and loss, the Dolphins athletic teams provided inspiration, including the football team, which won a perfect 10-0.
It was a big question of whether we're going to have a program or not, so I just kind of had to make sure the kids were understanding that we will have a football team. All the kids bought in and stayed here and wanted to win for this community.
I think you guys practiced at about 15 different locations. What was that like and the logistics of it?
About once a month we were at a different field. So there were some days we didn't have a field, so we practiced at the beach. I told them I respected them after the season because no matter what they went through, they never complained. They got through it. They had a perfect season. No matter what they do in life, they're going to succeed because of this.
How in the world did you guys go 10-0 with all the craziness around your program?
The kids had a goal in mind, is to win a championship, and they approached every game as we want to win this championship for this team and community.
6 programs won city section titles in the fall, including boys water polo, girls volleyball, and girls tennis.
One of the most rewarding experiences ever, because we fought to get to where we are today after so much. Teammates losing their homes and losing our courts, losing our school.
Volleyball became this thing that brought us all back together when we had never felt so separated. It just made me so proud of our school that we literally went through the worst thing a school could have gone through, and we still went out and beat all the schools with a campus and a gym and a field and a pool. So
this isn't going to be the last challenging event I'm going to have to overcome in my life, but I'm going to use these skills to keep persevering. And my water polo team was the greatest team I've ever been a part of because of this event, because of how close it brought us together. It's just a really good reminder that you can make something good out of a bad situation in all aspects of life.
This school has had so many sports teams win titles and championships in the fall when you guys have been displaced, and so many of the students, coaches, faculty have dealt with so much. Why do you think all the success athletically?
We all supported each other. There's a lot of other sports that came to our games. A lot of our players supported the other programs. So I think the togetherness of this school and this community was the reason why all these things were successful.
Coming up, it's a tale of rock and roll filled with drama and creativity. Coming up next, we'll take a look at Stereophonic, playing right now at the Pantages.
Plus, coming up Monday.
I'm Vladimir Dutip. Monday on CBS Mornings, it's Beg Knows America. David is a story of a man whose voice was his life, but he had to learn to speak again after getting cancer. See how he amazingly found his way back. That's Monday on CBS Mornings.
From the pressure of the studio to the power of live theater, Stereophonic is striking a chord here in LA.
Marina Jurica takes us behind the curtain.
From Sunset Sound to Sound City, Los Angeles helped define the sounds of the 1970s. Recording studios were about making music and careers, and now that era comes alive on stage at the Pantages Theater.
If you're looking for peak recording technology, it's California in 1976. And there's something really beautiful about just engaging with the peak culture. It's very emotionally accurate. The emotional reality of trying to build something and pushing and being a flawed human. We're all flawed in different ways, and you're just trying to make a thing.
I think we're ready for the band.
They're actually recording takes on the stage and playing back, and it's so high wire where it's just they're doing it, and then you hear it, and it's alive.
You're hearing the version they played just now. When they play something back, we're hearing what the band played this evening. We're not hearing a pre-recording. there's a reason when people are recording an album, they don't invite strangers to come and watch them do it. It's a really vulnerable thing. And so just trying to create that feeling, that sort of fly on the wall feeling, and pulling back the curtain on how the sausage gets made.
What do you think is special about bringing back a show that just shows that dynamic that we've lost in some ways?
People don't have to be in the same room, and of course, theater's always been about sitting in a room with a bunch of strangers. So it's working on multiple levels, yeah.
And music is so primal and really can hit you in many places in your body, but it's very animalistic. Like, it does move you physically. And when you're making music, just the slightest shift in people's bodies lets you know if you're on the right path or not.
Here in LA, we know about the magic that can happen inside of a recording studio and the drama behind it as well. Stereophonic captures this world beautifully and gives us a sneak peek behind the curtain into the music that we love. Stereophonic runs until January 2nd at the historic Pantages Theater. Marina Jurica, CBS LA.
Coming up at 7, the holiday break is over in Newport Beach. The noisy work to fix an abandoned oil well and when the project could finally finish.
And breaking an impenetrable barrier in the Inland Empire. The new proposal to construct a wildlife crossing over the 15 freeway and where it would go.
We are Southern California.
We are Lakewood.
We are Burbank. We are West Covina.
We are Thousand Oaks.
We are Irvine. We are CBS LA.
We are yours. Happy holidays.